Everybody's had at one point in their life a surge of adrenaline that's left tingling sensation in their body. Imagine now you've worked 50 hours straight dodging multi-million-dollar aircraft flying around the flight deck of an aircraft carrier. Your day begins with the fuelers adding more fuel to the planes that have flown constantly the past 6 months. You're burned out. You're exhausted. You look up again and you start to see the next plane come up to your catapult. As that plane's coming up, you look across the deck and you see the ordnance being loaded onto the planes for more missions, more flights, more training runs, whatever they're doing this day. You think to yourself, one more plane. You started thinking that 20 hours ago. Through the steam, your plane comes up. The handler's bringing them up to your catapult. You have to go do it again. You check the deck, make sure it's safe. You grab your equipment, and you head out. You keep a weary eye over your shoulder as you head into the plane to hook up the holdback unit. You've done this countless times. You don't even have to think about it anymore. But that's the worst time to be on the flight deck. The adrenaline starts to pump as you near the plane. You can feel the tingling sensation building again. As they bring the plane up to the catapult, they'll stop it short of the launch assembly. You'll go underneath it and put the holdback unit on. You're now feet from the intake of a jet engine. That adrenaline surge grows. The tingling gets bigger. The hairs start to stand up. You look around and you see this going on 4 different places on the deck, all at the same time. 4 catapults. They launch 4 planes. They launch 2 at a time from Cats 1 and 3, and then 2 from Cats 2 and 4. As you get the signal, you give them the signal to bring the plane up to the catapult. As they move up, the plane captains go out and they check the plane for loose parts, damage, anything that can injure somebody or cause the plane to go down. As you get it up to the flight deck, you're buried in steam, which makes it hard for people to see you. Makes it even more dangerous. The adrenaline builds a little more. The ordnance guys come in. They check all the ordnance and make sure it's still tight, make sure nothing's missing. They pull the arming pins to arm the missiles and the bombs. Now it's one more thing you have to worry about. They come back out from under the plane, give a thumbs up. You watch while the weight board is shown and the pilot gives a thumbs up and he transfers the weight down to the launch table. You then get the okay, you give the signal to walk the plane up, hook it up to the catapult. You bring in, you give them the signal, the safety officers and the handlers move the plane up until the launch bar drops into the shuttle. Then you have the next waiting game while the adrenaline's still pumping and still building. You're looking around to make sure nobody's doing anything stupid, everybody's clear. And you get out. Once everybody's clear and you've checked all of your checkpoints, the jet blast deflectors have been raised, you give the signal. They drop the launch bar in, they take tension on the catapult, meaning that they stretch the catapult system out. They take all of the tension out of it. The pilot throttles up to military power, which is full throttle, less afterburners. Again, your feet from the intakes. The adrenaline screaming through your body at this point. You look back, 8 feet behind you and 1.5 feet above your head is a 5-foot diameter hole that you can get sucked into. You check the shuttle, you check the launch bar, you check the holdback unit, you check safety at the bow, you check the safety behind you, you check the jet blast deflector safety crew, and make sure everybody's giving a thumbs up. After you've checked everything, and everything's good, you come out, you squat down between 2 catapults, give a thumbs up. At this point, all the hairs on your body are standing up. The roar is deafening from the jet engines. The safety officer does a final sweep of the deck, make sure nobody's in the way, make sure everybody's clear, everybody's giving a thumbs up. He gets an okay from the pilot, salutes the pilot, the pilot salutes him back. He gives the thumbs up, and then he gives the launch signal. The launch officer, either in the bubble or on deck edge, will check everybody again, make sure that the signals are still clear, everybody's giving a thumbs up, and he'll push the button. Within seconds, the plane takes off. Holdback unit pops off. The wings carrying fuel pods, bombs, missiles, whatever, go streaking over your head. You jump up, you move across the catapult to the other side, and allow the next plane to come back up and get ready to go. To add to this adrenaline, this happens at night also. Nothing you can do. You just have to keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to everything that's going on with you. Even after 6 months, the adrenaline surges every single plane. And then you get to do it all over again. You think to yourself, man, one more plane. Just one more. Let me get through one more and I can go to bed. You could still have hours to go. This happens on an average deployment. 5 months out of 6 months, you will be launching airplanes. The other month is sea time, no fly days for maintenance or import. It's part of the job. It's what we signed up for. You knew what you were getting into when you started. It is what it is. But it's probably one of the biggest adrenaline surges I've ever had in my entire life.